The enemy force is apparently carrying out covert military campaigns based in a ghost town in the Phoenix suburbs. The radar jamming facility for their secret defense is set up in the town. Metal Wolf's radar could be jammed. Please destroy all target areas in the above-ground buildings to knock out the radar jamming and avoid surprise attacks from the enemy. This mission goes by the call name My Darling Clementine Operation. Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President. This place is pretty run down, like a town in an old western. A radar jamming station is located here. The number of target areas and enemies seem limited. Let's mop this area up ASAP.
Jody, sorry, but these guys might slow me down.
Huh?
Major, Michael Wilson. You've tarnished the good name of the U.S. military and your reputation as a hero.
And now you'll die for it.
Whatever. This is like starring in John Ford's My Darling Clementine. Wanna find out who gets to play Wyatt Earp?
Posing as a hero in an old western is fine, but since you're surrounded now, how about heading for high ground? A musician was among the POWs you rescued. He was forced to sing the blues for the troops. Taking on all three at once could be bone-breaking. The enemy with stealth capabilities cannot be picked up due to radar trouble. How about we make a fresh start by destroying the enemy's radar jamming facility? The defense strength is high against live ammunition. That should stop their special mobile armor unit stealth capabilities. Some scientists were among the POWs you rescued. They were probably used to develop new type mobile unit armor. The enemy's stealth capabilities are back online. There seems to be no other way to make the enemy visible other than by taking out the boss radar. That's a radar jamming installation. The best medicine for that kind of headache is pumping it full of a heavy dose of lead. Now the stealth function of the enemy's heavy special mobile armor is knocked out. Now that's refreshing. Kind of like sunrise on an early summer morning. You destroyed all the target areas. The enemy in special mobile armor are all that remain.
Major, you SHAQ!
Ah! How'd you let him get you?
Mr. President, 2 more enemy missile cowboys still remain.
How stupid!
I never thought you'd take on your former units. Have you lost your compassion and dignity?
1 special mobile armor enemy is left.
You'd trade your pride to save your own neck? I never figured you for that. Major! Going somewhere? You really are that good.
All enemy special mobile armor units have been put 6 feet under, Town Marshal. How's it feel to be an Old West hero?
Not too good. I'm not the hero type. I'm just doing my job as president.
Posing as a hero in an old western is fine, but since you're surrounded
You really
now,
are that good.
how about heading for high ground?
Major! Not Peyton, too.
Taking on all 3 at once could be bone-breaking. The enemy with stealth capabilities cannot be picked up due to radar trouble. How about we make a fresh start by destroying the enemy's radar jamming facility? Mr. President, 2 more enemy missile cowboys still remain. That should stop their special mobile armor unit stealth capabilities. The defense strength is high against live ammunition. The enemy's stealth capabilities are back online. There seems to be no other way to make the enemy visible other than by taking out the boss radar. That's a radar jamming installation. The best medicine for that kind of headache is pumping it full of a heavy dose of lead. Now the stealth function of the enemy's heavy special mobile armor is knocked out. Now that's refreshing. Kind of like sunrise on an early summer morning. You destroyed all the target areas. The enemy in special mobile armor are all that remain.
How stupid!
Randy? Damn it! It ain't over till it's over. Major! You!
The precariously positioned Arizona resistance base had come under heavy fire from a trio of ultra-mobile armored suits, but when the dust settled, the fires of the resistance were still burning strong. However, let us never forget the noble souls who perished there under the sun in President Wilson's name. As we all know, the government has since built a road that stretches from the deserts of Phoenix all the way to the East Coast, the Michael Wilson Highway. Straight as an arrow, it serves as a reminder to keep our country on the path of righteousness and never become lost again. DNN correspondent Peter McDonald. Jody, what's the situation on the ground across America?
In the West, areas where the Army is pulling out are on the rise. But across the nation, the situation isn't so good.
Don't worry, I'll free the whole land soon enough. Any email from Resistance?
Yes, there is. The man's voice is as cool as ever. Please have a listen.
Metal Wolf, thank you. Our membership is steadily on the rise. More reliable, trustworthy sympathizers have joined our fight to revolt. The day will come soon. When we're ready to rise up, I'll be sure and let you know.
The Resistance leader sure is standing tough, isn't he?
Tough as nails. Now, I'll head out to liberate the West.
Operating out of a massive helicopter base constructed in the Grand Canyon, enemy Army helicopter units continue to oppress the American West. The target area terrain is sure to be confusingly fierce because the enemy Army has taken over guerrilla bases from the Arizona insurrection days. Please watch your steps so you don't fall into the 1-mile-deep ravine. Use artillery with long-range firing effectively and destroy all the target areas. This mission goes by the call name Operation Arizona, Blood and Gunpowder Smoke. Good luck and Godspeed, Mr. President. The enemy is building a military base in the Grand Canyon. Doesn't this remind you of the Arizona insurrection days?
No, I don't remember anything. Except the smell of blood and gun smoke. Alright, let's rock and roll!
Mr. President, the view certainly is grand, but stop with the don't look down jokes, please. If the target area is using a guerrilla base to build their installation, this kind of blind spot isn't normally discovered. Now that's what I call insight, sir. Some scientists were among the POWs you rescued. They were held in the mountains to maintain military helicopters. Mr. President, there are 3 target areas remaining. Watch your feet, too. It's a tiny target area, huh? Almost like a bird's nest? Too bad you don't have any bird seed. I guess you'll have to give them some delicious firepower instead. Mr. President, there's only 1 target area remaining. A little longer and this ravine will be back in its original state. A musician was among the POWs you rescued. He was forced to perform to entertain the troops. The enemy is increasing with support troops from connecting areas. Please be careful. Mr. President, a fresh supply of troops is coming.
So you're Metal Wolf, eh? Then you can die for Sir Richard.
Sir Richard? What? Has he been knighted?
Going up against jokers like this is so tiring. I'll have to ask you to leave this stage before you get hurt.
There's more where that came from. I'll lay my life down for Sir Richard. Take that!
He's a sticky one, like chewing gum stuck on your shoe.
Richard! I'm sorry!
I wonder what anyone sees in the Vice President. Hurry up and move ahead! And take a gander at the heroic dive down to the Colorado River. The defense strength is high against live ammunition. Whoa! The enemy will wash out somewhere in the California Bay. Nah, actually they'll get stuck in the Hoover Dam. The enemy has been annihilated. Finally, peace will be brought to Arizona. War really doesn't suit these lovely surroundings.
Jody, nowhere is someone as lovely as you.
Sure, whatever. Nice work, Mr. President.
President Wilson had taken the West by storm. With no legs left to stand on, Hawk's coup d'etat forces had no choice but to go on the retreat. The resistance was gaining steam, and all at once, cities across America began to rise up and fight back. Thanks to Michael Wilson's huffing and puffing, the winds of freedom were blowing again and stronger than ever. However, Richard Hawk had a black heart and unwavering ambition. Soon, the course of history would do yet another about-face. DNN correspondent Peter McDonald.
Jody, what's the situation across America?
The coup d'etat forces have retreated from the western states.
Yes!
This should kick the resistance movement into high gear.
I can't wait.
You got a voicemail from the resistance, Mr. President.
Metal Wolf, thanks to your efforts, the stage is set for a united revolt in the West. I'm considering moving ahead. However, before this takes place, I'd like to meet you in person to talk. I'll contact you with the details later.
Mr. President, what do you think?
I've been wanting to meet him too.
So let's get you two together.
But before that, we'll head east. Until we take back all of America, there's no rest for the wicked.
You said it, Mr. President.
Metal Wolf, planning on wiping out New York this time? You enemy of the people, I, Richard Hawk, won't let you get away with it. I, Richard Hawk, will uphold American justice without fail. Yeah! Suck on my missile punch! Get up! I won't lose! And the reason is, Richard Hawk am the last great American hero! How do you like me now? Let's rumble! Eat my flame of justice! He got me! Justice is always victorious in the end! Long live the USA!
Dear fellow Americans, good evening. This is an announcement from the Government Policy Promotion Department, where freedom in the United States wasn't built in a day. Good news, finally. Finally, the evil has been crushed. This evening, Metal Wolf, who suddenly showed up in New York, was thoroughly beaten to a pulp by Richard Hawk, piloting a special heavy mobile armor unit. He annihilated the evil. Occurring at the same time from a confidential covert operation. We have also learned that underground terrorists and Metal Wolf sympathizers in hiding were captured in succession all around the country. Although martial law will continue until we are sure that your safety can be completely secured, for today and today only, let's celebrate this victory. This has been an announcement from the Government Policy Promotion Department, your Freedom Point Man.
Metal Wolf crushed? And those phony visuals! What's with that? The special effects don't even beat a Hollywood B-movie!
Richard's up to his old tricks again.
Mr. President, according to the Special Intelligence Group, news from the anti-coup d'etat forces has ceased. Actually, we've lost contact with the resistance leader too.
We have?
It appears all the resistance activities have gone south.
Jody, those that died are imposters. I am still here.
So?
Believe in your own justice. I won't lose that false prophet. And the reason is because I'm the President of the United States of America.
Mr. President!
There's no time for self-pity. Jody, get me up to speed on the situation in the East.
Hawk's military government was waging war against more than just the resistance. The American people too came under fire. Hawk called it the Citizen Re-Education Program, but what it really entailed was a surrender of all private property to a government-controlled rationing system. U.S. citizens were trafficked overseas or used as lab rats in weapon testing. The weak and unworthy were trampled down. Soon, all of America and its freedoms were paved over by the thick, oppressive asphalt of tyranny. It was Hawk's eugenic wet dream and an unprecedented constitutional crisis, but also the next chapter of President Wilson's saga as he continued to rise up against his former running mates' injustices. DNN correspondent Peter McDonald.